We've been misled about the potential loss of life in this nation and that issues. The twisting of the discussion about losses of life is hazardous. Individuals who caution of critical results get named dreadmongers, or more awful. Some are blamed for needing to be directly no matter what. Such an excess of wrangling undermines our misfortunes. It wasn't a month back that the Establishment for Well-Being Measurements and Assessment (IHME), touted by Trump, discharged a 60,000 evaluated passing conjecture. I took an interest in a discussion with the lead modeler and announced what I heard. At that point, even with the expectation that Americans would #stay home, the sensible assessments of most models were 100,000 to 250,000, now and again higher. Now and again a lot higher. IHME's estimate of 60,000 passings was a bomb let off by the White House. It sent an unmistakable message: this infection is exaggerated publicity. We got this. 60,000 is a number Americans can endure. It sounds dubiously like a terrible influenza. The president rushed to come out and guarantee accomplishment for this new number, despite the fact that his group had disclosed to him 100,000 250,000. We could have had over 1 million passings, however now it will be 50 to 60,000. For some governors and Trump supporters, it was all they expected to hear. In my estimation, something the president gets off base is the open's resilience for awful news. Terrible news presented straight. Expectation and plans are acceptable, however, just when they are established in actuality. 60,000 was another rendition of past by April, or 15 going to 0. One explanation I abstain from condemning these models is the individuals who set up them are accomplishing something mysterious, have various purposes, will not be right by definition, and exponential development implies wide certainty interims relying upon suppositions. When Trump released the 60,000 number, my Twitter makes reference to topped off with, "I advised you so's," from the individuals who revealed to me I wasn't right when I shared that researchers in spring were disclosing to me they could predict a loss of life more than 1 million on the off chance that we didn't drastically diminish the disease rate. Ensuring that didn't occur is the essential explanation I, alongside 15 other bipartisan medicinal services and logical pioneers, propelled the #StayHome activity. Since even with awful news, on the off chance that you have reality, you can act. Back in April I felt that in case we will be invaded by another model, I should recognize what went into this model. So I tuned in and shared what I heard in an April 9th update. Comprehending the different coronavirus loss of life projections. A day-by-day COVID-19 update from Andy Slavitt, previous leader of the Habitats for Medicare and Medicaid Administrations. Medium.com. I will rehash what I heard here. The 60,000 model except. States without social removing don't have any episodes. No between state universal travel. The disease rate R0 goes beneath 1. There is no eased up of social separating. No state opens until they have under 10 cases. It finishes by August. At the time the model was given, as I most likely excessively courteously brought up in the Medium post, it was at that point wrong. Wrong in New York's outcomes. Wrong in accepting no cases it couldn't see. Wrong in not representing a subsequent wave. Wrong in accepting there would test. States like South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa began having hotspots, travel proceeded, and proceeds to a considerable lot of the world's problem areas. The contamination rate outside of spots like NY and WA are developing, social removing let up in numerous states, without any end in sight. Is this fair knowing the past? Not to anybody with eyes. These were awful suppositions and they were excessively thoroughly guarded. Furthermore, from the president, not thoroughly inspected. Disregard the modeler. Reprimand the White House for reporting a number that they couldn't get away from April with. Today IHME is generally multiplying their loss of life gauge to 135,000 by August. In a sign that the modelers either have an incredible comical inclination or don't get circumstances and logical results, they accused the expansion for individuals being remiss about social separating gauges. I wonder if their model can analyze what model White House used to make light of the infection. For what reason do I say all these counterfeit numbers matter? Since discharging a model with these plainly ridiculous and ideal suspicions misdirected individuals. What's more, with an irresistible malady, one deluded individual can be sufficient. A large portion of us can't swallow how quick contaminations spread with exponential math. How social removing, until we have solid testing and following and great covers for all, is the best way to spare lives. Trump, at a Fox News town lobby this end of the week, said the quantity of passings could now be 75,000 to 100,000. As we approach 70,000 passings, with 1,700 kicking the bucket each day, he's not leveling with us, he's helping his supporters become the last to know. Truth be told, there was a clash today as the NYT distributed that a White House report said the loss of life will arrive at 3,000 per day before the finish of May. The White House abandoned it and pushed back, not a figure, only a model. Staff can't differ with the president. Another model from FEMA which figures 200,000 new cases per day before the finish of month was revealed. In the event that that is even a slim chance, it's not answerable for the president not to be notice the nation. The president needs to consider, in this case failing, in favor of alert and hazard being excessively moderate. Make Americans over-arranged. He has over and over again completely invalidated specialists the most recent 3 years. His base will listen just to him. I can expect a few people will hone their teeth and contend purposes of the model. That is fine. I anticipate that. Be that as it may, it's so past the point, which is to help control us to safe-savvy activities.